I just want to teach you guys really quickly that if you go doing pleasure all day long, then you become very unattractive very quickly. So if you understand that if you're doing pleasure today in some format, that pleasure is unattractive. I realize anybody who's doing so much pleasure in life is becoming so much more unattractive. So try to delay gratification as much as possible because that's the way you become much more attractive in the word you speak, because it's never in the actual pleasure of what you want. Approach what you want when you feel that you need pleasure is to communicate more. Bro, it's much more that you communicate more words than ever before and to go and be much more productive than doing pleasure activities. So understand that pleasure is never the way. Bro, that you may have 50,000 sex with other people that are beautiful, and I promise you that you'll never ever satisfy yourself. Bro, it's never something that's going to help you. But what fulfills you really is the word you speak. I promise you, every single time I did speak my words much more, bro, it still fulfills me today. Bro, it still fulfills me today. I understand. So every single word I ever spoke in my videos and everything I've ever done in terms of audio and video and files and doing photos of myself and doing everything around documenting my life, approaching that's fulfilling. Approaching that's always fulfilling for me. But the pleasure activities that I never did document, approaching it's never fulfilling. Approaching never does fulfill me. I promise you. Approaching now, if you do porn videos and all that, approaching now it can fulfill you totally if you show the world. I mean, totally. I mean, if you show the world that you're doing all these porn videos and all that, promise you, it's totally fulfilling. I promise you. Promise you. Now, why do I say that? Because it's you in the video and you're watching yourself. I mean, that's fulfilling when you're watching yourself doing it. I understand, but that's fulfilling. But I understand that what's important is understanding that no matter what, that what's important every single day is understanding that if you chase other people for pleasure, then it's because you're unattractive. I understand. I promise you, an attractive feel of life is understanding that if you go around other people just to get pleasure, then it's unattractive. I understand, but if you go around them just to speak words to them and to encourage them to grow, then it's attractive always. But sometimes other people are so much into pleasure that they find you unattractive because you want to speak to them. I mean, just because you want to speak to them words, they find you attractive in terms of unattractive. I mean, there are people who find you unattractive no matter what you do. I mean, do you understand? Because they're just unattractive people. I promise you. So what you need to do is realize that what you need to realize every single day is produce more music and content in terms of words, and I promise you, and just realize this. I mean, if you just produce more words in your life every single day, I promise you, that's the fulfilling part. I promise you, now, word is music. I promise you, word is everything. So anybody who can go and speak out more words can become beautiful and can become anything they ever want to be. But then just go manage your time much more. I mean, be able to go into a video today and go and plan out your life in a video every single day. And make sure every single day you understand that no matter what, that when you're planning your life, you shall succeed. But what you need to do every single day is focus on communicating more words in the planet and being able to help people right now, because that's the way you become successful. So when I give out my business card, I promise you people can find millionaires and billionaires right now. I mean, because I'm valuable. I'm valuable when I give you my business card, that I give you 50 billion millionaires around me. I mean, isn't that what you want? I mean, of course. So what I do is I make an Instagram with all the actual millionaires and billionaires I follow, and then I just post up their name and image with their name on the actual storefront of my nice and beautiful Instagram. And then once I give you my business card, you also have connections to all these millionaires as well. So I'm understanding every single day that if you want to become more valuable, then go and really, really do something much more for everybody. And then every single day, understand it's the word you speak. So if somebody never loves you today, it's because you never communicate those words to them. I mean, but guess what? I promise you, it's because of them. I promise you, they hate each other. I promise you, they hate each other. I promise you that no matter how much words I give other people, I promise you, they're always going to hate me. I promise you, they're always going to hate me because that's because I have to increase my level of loving so that they can love I. I mean, so I have to convince the ones that hate me to love me. And that's it. Now, if you understand that, I'm understanding every single day it's about communicational skills in the planet. And the more you can speak in front of people right now, the better for you. So I'm understanding that what you need to do is understand to take care of your financing and be able to go and understand to invest in your knowledge about everything. So when you're looking at your knowledge and financing, be able to strategize and see exactly where your money is going. I mean, be understanding if somebody takes away money from you, it's because they're stealing money from you, and that's it. I mean, so realize every single day to focus upon understanding that if you want to go really, really, let's say, help the world, then help the world through words and never through sex with other people. I mean, sex with other people never helps anybody other than yourself. I mean, sex with other people only helps you. Understand? So make sure you understand, if you go really, really focus upon understanding something about life, that sex with other people helps you and the one that you're having sex with, and that's it. Actually, that's a two-way street, but sex can also be one-way street as well. I mean, sex can only help you then. I mean, if you're masturbating today, actually, that never helps me. Actually, that never helps me. So it's a low activity. Actually, anything that's a low activity in life, you must remove. So remove pleasure activities from your life. Actually, food and drink is a pleasure activity, and sleep is a pleasure activity, and so is sex with other people is a pleasure activity. I mean, remove it totally from your life. Actually, now building muscle is a pleasure activity. I mean, do you understand? Actually, it's all pleasure. So if you remove the aspects of life that is building muscle as well, then understand that is also something that you have to do throughout time as well. And eventually you're going to say, I have to do something better than the gym and building my muscle today, because I understand that muscle, in terms of bicep muscle, never satisfies you. But no matter how big your muscle is, you always want it bigger. Understand? Because if you maintain it the way it is, then that's all it ever becomes. I mean, why do you see these big people become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? I mean, they become so big that they become so ugly. I seen a woman just recently, and she's fucking pumping weights and fucking veins everywhere. I mean, yes, I mean, she has no cat nature. She has no cat nature. I mean, she has no sexy nature about her. I mean, she looks like a fucking dog. That's the one of those Rottweilers in terms of the pit bulls, and fucking big muscular woman. But she's fucking unattractive to me, because she has so much muscle, and she has no fucking woman nature over here, man. I mean, she has no fucking belly where I can fucking touch it, and there's fucking just skin. I mean, do you understand? I mean, when you see fucking big steroids woman, and you fucking see a woman who's fucking just daily, who has a fucking nice and shape of everything that she is, and she has hardly any muscle in her, but she's fucking sexy though. I mean, she's like a cat. I mean, she looks like a cat, but this fucking other one looks like a pit bull. I mean, what do you want in life? I mean, do you want a pit bull or do you want a cat as a woman? I mean, what do you want? I mean, I'd rather have the cat. I'd rather have the cat as a woman. I mean, so make sure you understand every single day that no matter what, that guys are like that too. Apparently, they fucking become uglier and uglier the more they fucking build the muscle on them. Which I've seen this fucking guy, and his fucking leg is fucking 10 times my head, man. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, his fucking leg, man. I mean, that's fucking ugly, man. I promise you. Now, I'm never gay. I'm understanding all the time that I'm just the word I understand every single day. Focus on understanding that muscles makes you uglier. Understand? Just never make yourself uglier. Understand? I mean, if you have nice and beautiful muscle range, then make it nice and beautiful, and never fucking something big like a fucking steroids motherfucker. I mean, understand? I mean, guess what? I promise you that what's amazing about life is being able to speak the words much more than the muscle than you have. Which muscles teach fucking nothing about life. I mean, let's say you have a fucking 10-kilometer bicep today. I mean, how the fuck is that going to teach me? I mean, how's it going to teach me? I mean, what is it teaching me about life? Virtually nothing. Virtually teaches me nothing. I mean, that's it. So people are investing their time into the fucking gym and into fucking exercise, trying to fucking shape up and shit. And now, yes, they're trying to look good, but look good to a certain extent. I mean, look good to Jesus Christ physique. I mean, that's fucking more than enough for you. I mean, how does Jesus Christ look out? I mean, how does Jesus Christ look to you? I mean, does Jesus Christ look like fucking Mr. Universe today? Actually, yes. Actually, yes, to his extent. But what is your image of Mr. Universe? I mean, is it some fucking guy who's 10-time fucking Mr. Universe in today's world, or is it fucking Jesus Christ physique? I mean, what is it? I mean, you ladies have to fucking understand Jesus Christ physique and understand that physique is what you want. And also, fucking men have to understand the physique of Jesus Christ is what you want. But if you have fucking nice and beautiful muscle tones here and there, it's fucking beautiful. I understand to exercise to a point that you have nice, beautiful muscle tones is all you fucking need, and never fucking some fucking 10-kilometer bicep muscle and 10-kilometer legs of muscle, man. I mean, come on, man. Well, that's fucking ugly. How big do you want your muscles to be, man? I mean, all you need is a fucking nice tone to you, and that's it. I mean, work out your muscles to the point that you want your fucking muscle range to be what you want it to be, and that's it. I mean, sometimes they fucking say that we want our muscles. I mean, they say that they want their muscles to fucking be Mr. Universe and 10 kilometers long. I mean, that's fucking unattractive, though. I mean, you're lying to yourself. I'm sure you guys are lying to yourself if you want that. I mean, understand. I mean, does Jesus want that for you? Sure, Jesus never wants that for you. Now, Jesus wants what you want. Sure, Jesus Christ agrees with you. I mean, Jesus Christ wants you to be just like Jesus Christ the most. I mean, understand? Now, if you want to go away from Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ is going to agree with you. I understand? But Jesus Christ really wants you to look like Jesus Christ, exactly. I understand? But if you want to do something other than Jesus Christ, then we all agree with you. I mean, go ahead. I understand, but make sure you understand that no matter what, that what's important is understanding that I can work out my nice and beautiful legs and tones in here, and I can just go train in the park here and there, and I can just go and sweat it out here and there and work out my muscles here and there, but I understand exactly how I'm going to look. I understand that it's never like how I've seen other people do it. I have a different posture. I have a different tonality. I have a different mechanism in life. I have different muscles. I have a different range of muscles than they do. I mean, I'm different. So I have to work out differently. I have to make sure that my schedule is different and that I'm doing something around what I'm doing differently to them. And that's it. I mean, the same thing that did work for somebody else will never work for you. I promise you all, though, that the word I works out for everybody. I mean, just the other day, I wrote down in my nice and beautiful journal that the word I is the only sentence, in terms of the letter I, is the only sentence that does fit in everybody's lives. But anything that comes after the I, in terms of the sentencing, which everybody's different about it. Russian, the word I stays the same. I mean, you must understand, so if you want to really, really do something today to be courageous for yourself, and you want to go and really, really study to become something much greater for yourself, then understand that you have to be alone, and you have to also speak out how it is to feel alone, and how it is to live alone, and how to really, really go around the world strategizing and planning a life in a way that you're going to get smarter. And now the smarter you get in words, and how much words you speak is how much more smarter you are. So we're looking to smarten our broad of ranges in terms of techniques and different ways of vocabulary to be able to speak those words out much more, to become smarter than the world. And once you're smarter than the world, then you have all the money. I mean, in a sense, so all I have to do is get up and I start training my muscle, and I start doing push-ups. I start exercising here and there. I run on the street somewhere. I run around. But guess what? I promise you, the more I do it, the more great I look. I promise you, I look greater and greater the more I exercise. I mean, you must understand, but I exercise to the fucking point that I look good. I never fucking exercise to the point that where I fucking look so masculine that it's ugly. I never fucking do that. I exercise to the point that I look beautiful, and then I maintain it. I maintain that physique. I mean, that's it. So my physique is what I make of it. So you have to understand that all I have to do is start training. I start training on the park. I start fucking pushing my muscles here and there. I mean, slow. And every single day, keep it up. And then fuck, after 10 years, you look great. I mean, I just fucking train in the park, man. I mean, I train in the park. I train on the soccer field, and I fucking run around somewhere on the park. I run somewhere. I make sure that I never again have to do it indoors. I never fucking train indoors anymore. I never have to, unless it's just my push-ups. I can do push-ups indoors. I can do push-ups indoors. I can do sit-ups indoors. I can do exercise programs inside my house really quickly. I'd rather do it on the grass. I'd rather do exercise on the grass. I understand, because here there's a fucking carpet. I understand. I'd rather do it on the grass. So what's the difference is understanding that you have a soft grass where you can go and do what you want and bring out your nice and beautiful vibe every single day. And then understand that what's important about techniques of running and pacing yourself and everything is understanding to just exercise in a way that's going to help you build muscle. I mean, it's so simple, isn't it? But people have some fucking programs of lift 30 fucking of these reps and you're going to get fucking this result. I mean, it's all fucking bullshit, man. I mean, it's all bullshit there. You never fucking need dumbbells. I mean, you never fucking need dumbbells and the gym. And what the fuck's in the gym today? I mean, you never need that shit. I mean, what you need is yourself only. I mean, you need yourself only. I mean, how the fuck was Hercules and Hector back in the fucking days of 300 BC? Fucking, I mean, how the fuck were they able to fucking go to war and fucking kill many people and fucking have all these muscles and look great and have the woman as well? I mean, how? Because guess what? They fucking training. with the swords. Or they're fucking training combat with people. And then, I mean, fucking muscles come naturally like that. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's fucking natural muscles. I mean, they may have done some push-ups back then and sit-ups here and there, but that's the fucking gym you need. I mean, that's the kind of gym you need, mate. I mean, go fucking train on your own like this. I mean, get your own fucking exercise path there. And you need no fucking gym that they have today, because those gyms fucking require you to lose money. I mean, that's fucking losing money and time to get to the fucking gyms. But by the time you fucking get to the gym today, it's fucking 20 minutes of your life. I mean, come on. I mean, to build some muscle, I mean, come on, man. I mean, you can build muscle where you are right now. I mean, stand up right now and start doing some sit-ups. Or start doing some push-ups. I mean, start fucking working out in your house right now. I mean, fucking so simple to build muscle in your house right now. I mean, try to do muscle work right now with what you have. I mean, I promise you can find many ways to build muscles. I promise you there's many ways to exercise with just what you have right now. I mean, you never fucking need those gyms, man. I promise you. And I never need them. I never fucking go to the gyms. I promise you, because I never go to the gyms, I save 3 years of my life. I save 3 years of time. And also, I save $54,000 over time. I mean, just because I never go to the gym. I go to the park and train. I fucking train here and there. I do this on the fucking, I do some courses or some shit on the grass. But I try to do specific courses to build certain muscles. And I try to do certain regimens that are going to help me tone up. That's it. Brush, that's it. Brush, you just keep toning up. I see Grant Cardone fucking has a gym. I mean, he has a fucking gym in his own house. And he has a personal trainer to have that body. But he fucking never ever goes athletics, man. Man, he never fucking does athletics, man. Brush, that's fucking fake gym. That's fake muscles. That's all fake shit. Brush, that's all fake. Brush, if you ask Grant Cardone to run 10 kilometers today, Brush, the guy is going to puff out. Brush, he puffs out quickly. I mean, if you fucking ask me to run 10 kilometers, I understand I understand he has bigger muscles than me. But I fucking run it quicker than him. I run it quicker than him. Brush, even though he's fucking bigger than me and much more heavyweight than me, I run 10 kilometers quicker than him. So, what is fucking better? I mean, of course, it's running quicker. I mean, of course. I mean, if you have 200,000 kilos of muscle and I have 70 kilos of muscle, I mean, who's going to be quicker, man? And of course, I am going to be quicker, man. I mean, never ever judge anything other than the word I. Understand? So make sure you understand that, yes, 70 kilos is lightweight, but it's fucking quick. I can run quickly. I can run quicker than a fucking 80-pound individual or 80-kilogram individual. Understand? And why is that? Because I understand that I can build my muscle to the point of understanding that if you have the nice and beautiful muscle tone that you need, that you have to understand that 500,000 kilos of muscle is never going to be as fast as 70 kilos of muscle. I promise you. I mean, do you understand that? Because that's the difference. Because the difference is I have 70 kilos, but somebody else has 1 million kilos. I mean, of course, 70 kilos is much better to be in that kind of range. I mean, so make sure you understand that you just go around traveling around the world and just start doing exercises here and there. That's going to help you exercise. And once you exercise, I mean, just exercise. Just sweat it out. And just do different kinds of workouts to the point that, yes, you may feel some pain in your muscles, but we're going to lightly feel that pain. I mean, it's a light pain. And it's never fucking something so incredible pain. I mean, never fucking feel incredible pain in your muscles. I mean, guess what? I mean, if you feel incredible pain in your muscles all the time, and you start eating much more, it's building your muscle. But yes, but we just need minimal pain. I mean, we need fucking minimal pain. I mean, we never fucking need incredible pain. I mean, does that? I mean, we need minimal pain. I mean, what's minimal pain? I mean, just go run fucking on the soccer pitch. Just run it 30 times. And you may feel minimal pain in your legs from that. I mean, that's more fucking enough. I mean, it's more than enough for you to tone up your body. You understand? I mean, it's more enough to just run every single day 30 fucking laps around the fucking field. I mean, your legs are going to be toned. I promise you, they're going to be toning up. I promise you. I promise you, now, the fucking super heavyweight people and those people who really, really want to exercise. I mean, guess what? Guess what they do? When they fucking overdo it, man. I mean, then the marathon runners, man. I mean, marathon runners run 100 kilometers a day, man. I mean, where the fuck is your family time? Where the fuck is time for reading and for fucking having conversations with yourself in a way that you're doing better, in a way that you're traveling the world? When they want to fucking win a marathon someday. I mean, do you understand? I mean, fuck. I mean, the marathon is life, mate. I mean, it's never fucking some kind of race against other people. I mean, they're fucking too fucking into this shit. You understand? They're too much into fucking being number one in fucking marathon. In a fucking some course race or some shit. Where 10,000 people start jogging and they want to fucking be the first one. I mean, fuck that shit. I mean, don't fucking compete with people there. I mean, what are you fucking competing for in life? I mean, compete with words. I mean, try to do much more words and help people with words much more than other people. When I guide you like this with words, I mean, of course it helps you with ideas. So make sure you understand that if you want to turn up your body, all you need is yourself and the fucking pitch and where you are right now. And just go somewhere on the grass too and just fucking start doing these nice and beautiful courses right now with yourself. I mean, start lifting yourself here and there. I mean, test out your body and see how you can fucking jump around. I mean, that's it. I mean, test out every single day and be consistent. For sure, after 10 years, you look great. The way you are. Understand? I mean, now, the way you are must be better, always. I always want you to do better. But what fulfills me really is every single fucking time I understand it's really how much I speak words in the daily life. The more words I speak in my videos, apparently it fulfills me. Always. It's because I'm able to express myself. And I never need to fucking wait for other people anymore to express myself. Because what I was doing on Facebook in 2003 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. I mean, those fucking years are just down the bin, man. In terms of communication. Those are fucking years where I was struggling. I was fucking understanding nothing about life, really. I mean, understand? And guess what? I mean, honest. I mean, you must understand, I never even had my word I back then. But I understand now I have my word I. And now I understand that these people on Facebook are fucking hypocrites. I mean, understand? And they're people that fucking, once you comment to them, first they take 24 hours to reply for you to communicate to them. I never fucking rely on them to communicate anymore. I just get my video out like this and start communicating, bro. I never fucking have time for them to fucking reply to me. I never have fucking time for you to reply to me in 10 years' time. I have no time to wait for you in life. So I never fucking talk to you in the first place. And that's it. Now, that's what I've learned from online. I never talk to anybody online. Because they take ages to reply. And that's it. I mean, learn from that lesson, please. I mean, learn from it. I mean, I never have Snapchat. Because I never fucking need Snapchat. Because Snapchat has a fucking Instagram story. In terms of Snapchat stories. And once you fucking post on that story, after 24 hours, it fucking disappears. And there's no fucking recollection that you've done anything on Snapchat. There's no fucking recollection on Snapchat at all about you. Let me forget that shit. I mean, they fucking have these reward systems and point systems. I'm it's the most ridiculous way to promote their fucking brand. I mean, you understand? Now, in their hearts, it's smart. Now, in my heart, I have to understand that it's smart. I mean, now, guess what? Now, it's because they're trying to, let's say, pull up the value. I mean, they're trying to value the thing up to say, hey, if you get to a certain amount of followers, we give you a blue check. I mean, they're advertising their program. But for the average human being, or somebody who's extraordinary, I mean, that's fucking bullshit. That's all bullshit. I mean, that's helping their company. And it's never helping your company. I mean, how the fuck is a blue check on Instagram helping me? I mean, how the fuck is it helping me, man? I mean, come on, man. I mean, how the fuck is a blue check on Instagram helping you? I mean, how the fuck is some fucking check or fucking star on fucking Instagram that says that you're 5 stars helping you, man? I mean, come on. I mean, how the fuck is it helping you? I mean, it never fucking helps you. I mean, how the fuck can it talk for your words? I mean, it can never fucking talk your words for you. I mean, come on, man. It's fucking facade shit. I mean, in a sense, to make sure I understand that what you need to realize about life is forget this fucking blue check shit on fucking Instagram and fucking how much likes and followers you have. I mean, that never fucking matters. Whereas what matters is how much you are talking your words all day long. So I'm always in the new trends today. I'm understanding the new trends for me is something that I can speak words with. I understand, although, that I have many people from the past I want to talk to I want to talk to them. But guess what? I promise you, I have no time for them. I have no time for these people because I understand that they never realize what I am. I mean, they never understand my words. I mean, they never understand what I've done. I mean, they never understand the type of individual I am. So, since they never fucking understand who I am in daily life, I promise you, all I'm fucking doing every single day is understanding how to succeed and how to really, really understand myself in the process. So, I'm always focusing on understanding to make the most quality videos that I can every single day. And I post my nice and beautiful videos in a nice and beautiful fashion every single day. And I'm always focusing on delivering content to you. So I'm understanding that when I speak like this on a video, I love it. I love this time with me because I have something to say, I have something to do, and regardless of how the background looks and whatever is happening around, I mean, look at my face. I mean, isn't this nice and beautiful right here? I mean, forget that. I mean, forget that shit. I mean, forget that shit. But look at this over here. I mean, this is fucking much more important than that. Or, I mean, what do you want to look at? I mean, you want to look at my face or do you want to look at that? I mean, fuck. I mean, look at my face, please. I mean, make sure every single day, you understand, I'm fucking much more sexier than that. I mean, in a sense, to make sure you understand. So what's important is understanding that, yes, I realize no matter what you do in life, people are going to try to explain something to you and they're going to try to help you, but that's the best way. But what's even better than that is some people are going to try to screw you over and they're going to call the police on you and then the police is going to handcuff you and then you go to jail for nothing. You understand that you write some message to somebody online and they fucking call the police on you and they call harassment on you or something because you said some words online. I understand, and the police come knocking on your door and fucking take you to jail. It can happen. Anything can happen. So make sure you understand that what's important is if you want to turn up and you want to do something that's far more important for you every single day, then focus on getting yourself in a position where you can speak more. Speaking is the bliss. Now I have to do some music production today. I understand that I'm never waiting. I'm just fucking understanding that. I understand I have EP3 coming out. I have something great coming out. But I have something much more all the time. So I'm always focusing I'm always focusing on understanding that it's something greater. But I understand I had a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends around town. And now that kind of friends is something more for I now. But I understand it's really I that I'm talking about. I'm understanding either way. That you must understand that you surround yourself with yourself only. Because if you understand these people that are around you are just fake friends. I mean, they're just people who are hanging around daily life and they have nobody else to hang around except you. That's it. That's the only reason they're around you. Whoever's hanging around with you now has nobody else to hang around with except you. Do you understand? So, since they have nobody else to hang around with, I mean, please never hang around with them. I mean, go hang around with yourself because I always have somebody to hang around with. I always have somebody to hang around with, and it's I. I just want to be with I. I need nobody else. But they fucking need you in your life. I mean, they need to be around you because you're popular to some extent. When you're fucking popular to some extent, and that's why they want to be around you. And that's it. If you're never popular, they'll never be with you. In a sense, so make sure you understand that today I'm fucking popular, but they never want to be with me because I never want to be with them. And that's it. Now, the only reason they want to be with you is because you want to be with them. And that's it. As soon as you never want to be with them in life, they never want to be around you. I mean, because they're going to go around other people who are popular in their life because they have nobody else to fucking hang around with. And that's it. So those people who are hanging around with you are hanging around with other people as well because they have fucking nobody else to hang around with. I mean, if they just hang around with themselves, then they have everything. If you just hang around with yourself all day long, then you have yourself all day long. So focus on understanding that what you need to do every single day is understanding that if you want to go and do something every single day to help yourself tone up and to have greater muscles and to have something that you want in daily life, then focus on understanding that you want to get yourself in a better position all the time to do videos, and then understand that no matter what, that you must go and realize every single day to focus on something that is you communicating words much more than pleasure itself. I mean, focus on you communicating your words much more than women and much more than men out there. I mean, in a sense, to focus on you actually speaking much more words than having to go to somebody to have pleasure with them. I mean, do you understand that? I mean, focus on understanding for you to talk more than you having to be with other people to touch them. Now, pleasure is you having to touch something to have pleasure. It can be touching your genitals. It can be touching other people. It can be touching food and drink. And also sleep is also something that's pleasure. Now, breathing is pleasure. Breathing alone is pleasure. Understand? But guess what? Brush breathing is something that gives you eternal life. Brush it's more natural to breathe. Understand? But sleeping is something that is actually pleasure. And why is it? I mean, why is sleep pleasure? Because when I go like this, I mean, it's pleasure, isn't it? I mean, it's fucking pleasure like that. Brush is pleasure because sleeping has no words in it. I mean, am I talking words right now when I do this? I mean, there's no fucking words there, is there? Because it's pleasure. I mean, anything that has no words is pleasure. Russia, this is fucking pleasure. Russia, this fucking never had. Russia, what's speaking around you words? I mean, what is speaking around you words right now? Russia, that is growing. Russia, this fucking cushion is fucking pleasure, man. I realize when I touch it, I realize it's fucking comfy. Russia, that's fucking pleasure, isn't it? Russia, now, you must understand that what you touch is pleasure. Russia, what you touch from this world is pleasure. I mean, understand? But what you say with your words is eternal life. And now understand that no matter what, that you have to be around people who are speaking much more words. But be that one individual who hangs around with yourself only and speak more words now. That's the best way. So anything that's speaking more words today and tones today in terms of words that you understand is something that's growing. But also, the non-human animals between them, in terms of when you hear them sounding voices of their own, they're growing in their own way. I mean, understand? So anything that you hear in terms of sounds today is something that's growing today. I mean, my voice over here has a sound, doesn't it? But what kind of sound is that? I mean, how do you really understand me in my sounds? I mean, how do you understand me in those sounds? I mean, there's some kind of friction going on around here. I mean, it's something that you have to understand. It's just how I am. I mean, understand, but we can understand each other. Because how? I realize because we can see the tones. I mean, you can see the sounds I'm actually saying, and you can see the words I'm speaking, but those words are never those. I promise those words are never those words. I promise you, although, that it is. I promise you, it is. Because Jesus Christ and God actually use these words as well. Understand? So words never lie. But make sure you understand that every single day, that if you want to go and really, really do something, I promise you, there's some kind of outdating information in your life right now. And somebody said something 10 years ago that you're still believing. I promise you, I understand that. I promise you, although, guess what? I mean, make sure you find what that is and go and be somebody who has an original type of thought about that. So the best thing you can do about original thoughts right now is never believe anything except the word I right now. I mean, just say, I only ever know the word I only. I mean, just say that to yourself. I only ever know the word I only. I question everything. Which that's it. I mean, question everything. And that's it. I mean, never ever believe anything that anybody said to you. Because you went throughout life believing people when you were growing up. And you're believing because that individual was smoking cigarettes and laughing that they are happier. You understand? And you're believing that because they're going in the actual TAB or gambling area and they fucking say, yes, I won 200,000 or $200 they won or $550 they won. I mean, guess what? I mean, because you heard the sounds here, I mean, you're believing that they were actually so happy because they won that. I mean, guess what? And then guess what happens? Then you start fucking gambling because you heard those sounds. I understand? Because you've seen that some kind of happiness going on when they were doing that. And you've seen some kind of happiness going on when they were doing drugs. And you're believing in that. And then you became that. And then you became the drug addict. And then you became the fucking gambler. Because you're seeing other people happy about it. So that's the thing. I mean, that's why my biological dad smokes so much and does so much alcohol and drugs in my life. And then I was believing him in a way that he was fucking happy. And he was singing in front of a crowd. I mean, he's doing drugs and singing in front of a crowd, man. And he looks fucking top notch, huh? I mean, he fucking looks top notch when he's fucking drinking alcohol and fucking drunk and singing, huh? I mean, how's that fucking look? But everybody's watching him and he looks good and he's fucking on the tuxedo shirt. And he has a fucking tuxedo as well. And he's fucking having fucking alcohol and drinking and doing drugs and fucking smoking outside somewhere. And then he fucking goes and sings and, oh, and, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, whoa, I mean, give me some drugs then. I mean, understand? I mean, that's what I was saying before, but I never need drugs now. But, I mean, that's what I was believing. I was believing the facade of life right there. That he was happy doing drugs, mate. Whereas he's never fucking happy. I mean, he's fucking acting happy. I mean, he's just fucking acting happy. I mean, in a sense, so that's why I fell into drugs and alcohol and gambling and cigarettes and all that shit because I seen my biological dad when he's fucking happy in front of me and he's fucking doing it. I mean, big facade, mate. I mean, he never wants to admit it. I mean, he never wants to admit to never fucking do it himself. I mean, you understand? I mean, he never wants to fucking teach me, really, how to fucking do life, in terms of life. Whereas he never wants to teach me really how to do life. So he fucking shines his smile in front of my face when he's smoking, mate. I mean, it's the biggest lie that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's the biggest fucking lie. I mean, understand? I mean, he drinks alcohol and he's fucking happy. On the surface. I mean, it's the biggest lie, mate. I promise you. I see his life now. I promise you the guy has no life, mate. I mean, he has some kind of life, but it's something low of a life. I promise you it's a low life. I mean, understand? So make sure you understand that no matter what, you never be a low life in life. For sure that I respect him. I love everybody. But my biological mother and father have a low life going on. I mean, they're low lives. I understand? I mean, they have no great legacy. I understand? And now my biological dad has a great legacy in some, I mean, he has a great legacy in some fashion through I. I mean, people are going to remember my biological dad through I. But through him alone, probably not. Probably they'll never remember him through him alone. Probably no. And why is that? Because he's doing drugs and he never believed in himself much. I mean, he never believes in himself much. I promise you, my biological dad, without me in life, I promise you, his career just dies. I promise you, his career dies. And even though he's a fucking great singer, I mean, he's a fucking great singer, I promise you. But on YouTube, there's so many great singers that he will never ever be heard by them. I mean, he never ever be heard by other people unless he's with me. Actually, now I keep his legacy going. Actually, now when you see my biological dad through me, and my great legacy is rising, and my great legacy is fucking going uphill, actually his legacy is going uphill just like me now. I mean, understand? Because you can only ever see my biological dad through me. But through him, actually never. Actually, you can never see him through him. Because he never believes in himself. Because he never believes in his legacy. Because he never believes that he can do something greater. So guess what? Actually, that's how people look at him. And people will be like, trash. Actually, other people say trash about him. Understand? And now, they may hear his voice randomly. And they may say something random about him online and say, he's a great singer. But he's never famous, is he? Actually, alone. I realize my biological dad alone, without me, is never famous in this lifetime. And forever. He will never be famous. He will never ever be something great alone as he is. I'm pretty sure now why? Because he never believes in himself. But through Danny Milivojevic, can Dule Milivojevic be great? I promise you. And why? Because my great legacy is always rising. And now everybody can see who my biological dad is. And everybody can see now through my great legacy that's always rising, they can see who my biological dad is. When they can see who my biological dad is, and now they can see a great singer. When they can see a great singer now, and they can see a great singer. But if you listen to my biological dad's CDs and all that, Roshi will always say he's a great singer, man. Roshi is a great singer, but he never fucking believes in himself. Roshi never believes in himself to be such a great singer, to be a great entrepreneur. I mean, he never believes in himself to be a great entrepreneur and singer and in health, to be great and to be healthy and to teach other people what he's doing. Roshi just sings. Roshi just sings. Roshi just loves to sing, but he never teaches you how to sing, man. Roshi never fucking teaches you one bit about how to sing. I mean, he never fucking speaks the words to you on a video to fucking teach you how to sing, mate. Or as my biological dad never fucking teaches you in a fucking video how to sing, mate. I teach you how to sing. I teach you how to sing. Understand? Because anybody who never fucking teaches around life is fucking unhappy. Roshi, anybody who wants to teach anything is fucking happier for our time. Roshi, as soon as you want to help people with words, then you can be happier. But my biological dad never wants to help people with words. And that's why he's so unhappy. But he wants to help himself sing. Roshi, he wants to help himself sing, but never does he want to help other people sing. So is it his fucking passion? Roshi, yes. Roshi, it's his fucking passion to sing. But it's never his passion to teach others to sing. I understand, Roshi. Roshi, it's my passion to sing and teach others. But his passion is only to teach himself how to sing, and that's it. I mean, and that's why I'm selfless about it, and he's selfish about singing. I mean, he's selfish about singing. I'm selfless about singing. I sing, but I teach you how to sing. But he sings, but he never wants to fucking care about you and your singing career. You understand? So that's the fucking big difference between I and my father in terms of my biological father. So the big difference is that my biological father's legacy is always going to be a shit legacy. Alone. Pressure alone, it's a fucking shit legacy. Pressure, nobody will fucking remember him, man. But Pressure now, guess what, Pressure? It's more nobody will remember him except a few people in this lifetime. Pressure, minimum amount of people are going to remember him. A minimum amount of people are going to remember my biological dad through just him alone. I mean, just through my biological dad alone, but nothing to do with me. Pressure, only minimal amount of people will remember him. Pressure, now with me, Pressure, my biological dad, a minimal amount of people will remember him as well. Because a minimal amount of people remember us as individuals. But I'm saying that everything is minimal in life. And now, to become a minimalist is to understand that if you want to do anything, then do it minimally. And that's the best way to live life. I mean, if you want to do drugs or have sex or, let's say, do anything in life and have Jesus Christ in your life and gamble and fuck around and fool around and kill people and whatever you want in life. I mean, just do it minimally. Do it minimally. What does that mean to you? Remove it from your life or find what's valuable is what I'm saying. Go Jesus Christ's way only. So make sure you understand every single day that I never kill people, but I understand do everything minimally around you. Do pleasure minimally only. Be with others minimally. Sleep minimally only. It's the best way of life. It's simple. Although, guess what? Through myself, my biological dad, because I'm great legacy, I have a great legacy. But actually now everybody understands who my biological dad is because they see my biological dad through I. And that's why I lift his legacy completely. I lift my biological dad's legacy completely. And now that's why he's fucking greater than all these fucking people around me. Because nobody fucking remembers these people around me. But they remember my biological dad through I. So make sure you understand that I grew up in around Sydney, Australia with 80,000 Serbian people around me. And now they all fucking understand who my biological dad is, I promise you. But they never fucking share him around. They never fucking share him around. Who shares you around really? It's you only. You're the only one who's sharing you around today. Nobody else is sharing you around. I promise you, nobody else cares about you. Guess what? Nobody of those fucking 80,000 Serbian people are going to go for generations to say Dule Milivojevic. Fucking never. I promise you. Those 80,000 Serbian people, they're going to have kids and kids. I promise you, they're never going to speak about Dule Milivojevic. But they all understand who he is today. They're all seeing him and how great he is of a singer. He's such a great singer, and they may say that between them, but they never pass him on for generations. Why? Because they are fucking jealous of him. Let's just say that. They're fucking so jealous of my biological dad, man. They're just so fucking jealous of him, and that's it. They want to fucking bury him alive. And they want to fucking bury him to never share him around anywhere because he's so fucking famous around town in Serbia and also in Croatia and everywhere. My dad, in terms of my biological dad, sings the best music on the planet in terms of his nice and beautiful music. And now everybody's the best. But I understand no matter what, that he sings, he sings the greatest he can. But it's such great singing that you guys have to listen to his nice and beautiful way of singing. But I understand that these 80,000 people and Serbian people around Australia never want to promote him for generations. Because they're jealous of him. And that's it. I want to promote him for generations. I want to promote you guys for generations. I understand these 80,000 Serbian people, I never fucking promote them for generations. Why is that? I'm never jealous though. Because they have no great legacies, man. That's it. They fucking have no great legacy for me to promote them. Do you understand? I grew up with all these people around my Australia. None of them have a fucking great legacy except I. They have no fucking great legacy for me to promote them. I mean, and that's how they believe of my biological dad too. I mean, they believe that of my biological dad. I mean, understand? I mean, that's how it is. So, what sets you apart over here? I realize it's being able to help people with words much more. So, I'm always going to be somebody in life who people are fucking talking about. I mean, people always fucking talking about Danny Milivojevic. I promise you. Because I fucking help people with words. I promise you now, everybody's going to be fucking talking about my biological dad too. And how great of a singer he is. Because Danny Milivojevic is helping people with words. And that's why. That's the only fucking reason that people are going to be promoting Dulan Milivojevic, because I fucking promote him for life. I mean, he lives in my legacy, and that's it. I realize now, who's my biological mother? I mean, my biological mother, I realize what she's done for her legacy is who she is, and that's it. I mean, she's the woman behind my beautiful legacy. I mean, you understand? And that's it. I mean, she's important too. But what is her talent? I mean, let's see fucking her talents in life. I mean, I promise you, that she's a great traveler. I mean, she can fucking travel the planet. I mean, she can fucking travel everywhere, but she never believes in herself, man. I mean, I realize my biological mother never believes in herself. Whereas my biological dad is greater in terms of his passion and what he does about life than my biological mother. I promise you now, guess what? I love everybody equally. The thing is, I want you to see this. That it's much more of a perspective that I'm showing you over here. That I want you to understand. It's much more of an honesty kind of attempt to show you that I love everybody equally. But my biological dad has a greater legacy than my mother. Whereas my biological father has a greater legacy than my biological mother. But I'm just the word I. Whereas now, if you understand that, then that's what I'm saying. Whereas my biological dad done more for his legacy than my biological mother did. So who's greater overall? I mean, of course my biological dad is greater than my biological mum in his legacy and in their legacies. I mean, understand? That's all I'm saying. So my biological dad has more love in him than my biological mum does. I understand? Whereas my biological dad has more love that he's given the world than my biological mum has. I've given more fucking love than both of them and all my family put together. I gave more love in this world than all my ancestry. I gave fucking more love in this planet than all of my fucking combination of people who are fucking derivatives of I. Understand? But that's it. I gave the most fucking love in my family. I mean, everybody else is fucking down the drain, mate. But nobody's going to fucking remember my auntie other than what's in my nice and beautiful photos of her. And that's it. Probably more people will remember my biological mother than they will my auntie. There's my biological auntie. I mean, understand? I mean, of course. I mean, you have to understand that behind me is my biological mother and father. I mean, who are they? Is what you want to ask. I mean, never does people fucking ask who is fucking the ancestry of the uncle and auntie of this person first. First ask who is fucking biological dad of Danny Milivojevic and who's his biological mother. I want to see that. First, after Danny. I mean, and then it's the fucking who's his fucking grandfather and grandmother. I mean, who's the grandfather and grandmother over here? And then the fucking auntie and uncle. Understand? I mean, who's the fucking mother and father of my biological dad? And who's the fucking mother and father of my biological mother? Is what you ask for after that. You understand? And then it's the fucking relatives of that. It's the fucking other people who are sisters and brothers of my biological dad and family. And also sisters and brothers of my biological family, of my mother and biological mother side. And then who are their fucking sisters and brothers? And that's cousins. You understand? So, my first family is mine, or else it's I. And then my biological mom and dad. And then it's my grandfather and grandmother from both angles. I mean, that's my fucking history right here. And then, understand, then, it's fucking my auntie and my sister and brother in terms of from my mother and dad's side and their brothers and sisters in the family trio of what we have. And then from that, it's the other fucking angle. You understand? It's the other fucking angle of who they're fucking having kids with is other cousins. I mean, that's all cousins and shit. I mean, cousins and stuff happens with other people. I mean, understand? I mean, cousins, when you say cousins, I mean, cousins happens with other people. I mean, when I have sex with your mother, and then we have you and your 3 sisters, and your fucking 3 sisters go having kids with other people, that's our cousins. I mean, understand me? That's cousins. I mean, it's all relatives. But auntie and uncle is close. Auntie or uncle that is from your brother's and mother's side, who's a sister of your brother and mother, is closer to us than the fucking brother-in-law or sister-in-law. And that's all fucking bullshit, man. The brother-in-law and sister-in-law is the cousin side. And it's cousins. Understand? So if you go marrying a woman or a man and you have kids with them, but you have a sister and a brother, that sister and brother is closer to us, then they're fucking brothers-in-laws and sisters. Understand? I mean, that's the way it is. So make sure you understand that no matter what, that what you want to do in life is teach people everything in the family, in the tree, every single aspect of life you have to teach. But we're always focusing on understanding that women and men never satisfy us, but what does satisfy us is the words. And now understand that what satisfies me even more today is understanding that I can speak my words, and that's it. First, now, in terms of the Bible, Jesus Christ, and me able to speak these words, first, I speaking these words is much more satisfying to me than Jesus Christ's Bible. I promise you it's the truth. I promise you that me being able to express myself like this is much more than God and what He's given me. Understand? First, you have to understand that. I mean, you have to understand that it's much more to speak words than to follow anybody in life. First, if you can just speak your words much more, then that's what God does. I mean, God came before I. God comes, I came before God. But I is the only answer. And I is the only way of life. But God can only be God because God communicates more than all of us. So God creates everything through words. And that's why we have the world as we see it today. Because everything is words. And God just spoke more than us. And that's it. I mean, that's why God is the leader of us. And that's why God is trying to teach us to do exactly like God. And then God also allows us to create our own worlds. I mean, understand? So since we're living in God's world here, I mean, God's allowing us to have our own world as well. And God's allowing us to create our own worlds as well. So we're living in this massive world of God where you see everything, which is God. But then we have our own life in our own world, in God's world. I mean, understand? And God's allowing us to do that. Because God wants to teach us how to have God's world and how to do God's world. I mean, look at God's world. I mean, look how big God's world is. I mean, God's saying that if you just communicate more, then you can have everything that God has in terms of the world. I mean, how big is that world? And that world's big, yeah? So that's what God wants to teach us. And that's what we do in eternity, which is we create this massive world of whatever we want in our world. I mean, whatever you can speak in words is what we can create. In a sense, so that's fulfilling, isn't it? I mean, that's what we're doing in the nice and beautiful eternity of God. Is we're trying to make this massive world just like God has already done. Whereas now, by the time we fucking communicate that, I mean, God's already done 10 times us already. I mean, God's already ahead of us. So how can we catch up to God? I mean, the only way that we can catch up to God is to speak more than God. First, that's it. First, you have to work more. First, you have to work more than God to overcome God. So focus on understanding that what we need to do all the time is understand that as a family of what we have is what we grow as. I mean, we grow as something greater. And then we're understanding that no matter what, that we have to learn how to teach people something about life all the time. So we're focusing on understanding that every single day is the best day of our life. And we're going to understand that no matter what, we have to teach how to turn up, and we have to teach everything about nice and beautiful nutrition all the time. And then make sure that you're always getting your biological dad's car or mother's car, or in terms of your family's car, before your family wakes up, so that you can go to the shops quickly to use their car before they have to go somewhere. is the whole point of life. And then understand every single day that I do shower before I do groom myself. I have a shower first. And why do I have the shower? I promise you, I have a shower because I understand that I may stink. I mean, although there's no such thing as stink. I promise you, anybody who works in a manure type of place, I promise you, there's no stink going on. I promise you, it's just it's just what you label it as. Well, guess what? I promise you, it's more, I have a shower because I want to cleanse myself before I have a grooming session. And now I never use shaving fucking cream to shave myself. I never use shaving cream to do my facial hair. I never use shaving cream. I never use products for the hair. I never use anything on my face. I never put cream on my face. I never do that. I never use soap. I never use shampoo. I never use that because does Jesus Christ use it back in those days? Now, guess what? What's amazing about life is understanding how to really, really set yourself apart all the time. So understand that back in those days of Jesus Christ, I'm sure that there was less haircuts going on. There was less haircuts going on in life. Understand? So it's much more natural back then to have fucking long hair all the way. I promise you. Back then, it's much more natural to have longer hair going on always. Understand? Because there was less haircuts going on. And you can understand why the hair is so bigger. It is so much bigger than us today. Because today, we're just hair cutting all the time. But I understand every single day, that's why I'm understanding that no matter what, that we have to go and speak more. And now, once you speak more, I promise you, your legacy must be greater than everybody else's. And now, to do that, just focus on your words, and that's it. I promise you, understand how it is when people never come to see you anymore. I understand how it is when they talk shit about you. I understand how it is when they're talking negative about you. I understand how it is when they are having sex with other people and never want to have sex with you. I promise you, although that's never the actual beginning of life. I promise you, it's never ever that you do anything other than express yourself. I understand how it is, though. I understand how it is when other people are going with other people except you. I understand how it is when other people reject you but love somebody else. I understand that. I understand how it is when they pick a drug addict over a sober individual. I understand that. I understand how it is when they pick no Jesus Christ over Jesus Christ. Do you understand? It's going on right now. But guess what? I promise you, although, that what's amazing about my life anyway is that I understand that life goes on. And since life does go on, I understand that I can express myself, and that's the best thing. And now, since I can express myself, I have eternity, always. And now I understand that since I can do that all the time, I understand that what's going on around me today is much more than what's going on around them, because I have so much words I've given you than they have. Who are the 80,000 Serbian people of Australia right now? You can only see Danny Milivojevic here. There's nobody else. Probably they have no YouTube channels going on. Probably all the Serbian people of Australia have no fucking YouTube channels going on. All the Croatian people of Australia, probably have no YouTube channels going on. I'm the only fucking one. That's why I'm fucking at the tip top of life. I'm at the tip top. I'm the best Croatian and Serbian of Australia you've ever fucking met. And I'm the fucking best one here. In a sense, so make sure I understand that. Every single day, they're talking shit about me. And their women, in terms of the Croatian woman and Croatian and Serbian woman, are going for those fucking idiots who are fucking no great. They have no fucking greatness. They are never going to amount to Danny Milivojevic, man. They're never going to fucking teach you as much as I'm going to teach you. And that's why they're fucking ugly women. Because they may look fucking beautiful on the side, in terms of on the fucking surface. Whereas they may fucking look sexy on the surface, but they fucking go for unattractive guys. Whereas they go for unattractive guys who are never helping you right now. They have no fucking YouTube channel. Attractive woman on the surface going for guys who have no fucking YouTube channel. Fuck off. And there's a Serbian woman and Croatian woman of Australia right now. And that's it. So make sure you understand, I grew up in the Serbian area much more than the Croatian area. But make sure you understand that I'm Croatian too. Make sure you understand that either way, I respect everything. I love everything. But I'm going to fucking make my legacy. And that's it. Approach now, I see the world as a nice and beautiful individuality kind of way. And I'm understanding that I have something to do all the time. I always have 1,000 episodes and more coming up of music, of hours. I have a big project coming up. So I'm understanding that no matter what, it's a massive project, isn't it? To make 1,000 hours of music. Gosh, it's massive. I've only just done 2 hours of that series. I have another 998 hours to go. So I'm understanding it's a massive project of music production. But I'm just creating trance music. In a sense, to make sure I understand, I do Who's Afraid of 137 series. Because Armin van Buuren has Who's Afraid of 138. But I'm doing Who's Afraid of 137. And he's creating 3-4 minute tracks, while I'm creating 1 hour tracks. I'm creating 1 hour per series. Understand? But he does 3-4 minutes. So either way, you must understand that no matter what, that when I really, really love something every single day, Roshi, I remember and does up to 12 minutes. I understand. I mean, you can do up to 12 minutes of the track. But I understand either way, these most recent tracks, in terms of all these tracks, Roshi, it's only up to, let's say, 9 minutes long. Up to 10 minutes long is this most track that he's ever done in his life. But I'm doing up to 1 hour or 6 times that. I mean, in a sense, to make sure you understand that you have to be doing more than other people in words if you want to succeed more in words. And that's it. I mean, if you want to understand words is life, and those people who use words do everything much better. But the pornography people, I mean, they fucking make up all these scenarios and fantasies around the world, and they fucking have sex in the octagon ring of UFC, for example. So they make this fucking scenario going where 2 fighters are fucking fighting over who's going to have sex with a woman on the floor of the octagon. And then guess what? I realized one fighter wins, and then that guy's having sex with a beautiful woman on the octagon floor. That's never reality. There's no chance for you to do that. There's no chance for you to do that unless you're somebody who fucking hires some fucking fighters or some shit to fight in the ring, and then you just go and do it like that yourself. When you can do it yourself, you can do yourself what they're doing. I mean, you can do it yourself, but never with other people. You can do it yourself. And now you hire other people to do what they're doing. You can do that. You can see what they're doing on pornography. They go on an airplane somewhere and they're fucking in the actual toilets of the airplane while there's people there. You can hire that. I mean, you have to understand that if you just do that randomly in a fucking... you go to the airport right now and without ever filming anything. I mean, let's never even fucking film a pornography film here. And we're just going to sit on a plane and we see this woman walking up to us, and then we start talking to her and getting into the fucking toilet and we start having sex. Well, she has to fucking work. And fucking people are watching. And people are looking for her. And where is she? And then she comes out on the fucking toilet with you. And then she gets her ass fired. I mean, she already gone from her job. I mean, understand, but make sure you understand that it's so difficult to do. It's so much more that you understand that nothing's difficult to do. And everything's possible. For sure, you can do it. For sure, though, that's something that you have to understand. You have to be really confident to do that. And now, anybody can do it. But guess what, bro? It's much easier to just hire a plane and hire people and give them more money and then just create a scene that goes like that. I mean, just be an actor in the film and just create the whole fucking scene. And that's it. I mean, you give them thousands of bucks and it's just like the plane's going, but we're just filming something over here, and that's it. I mean, you can do that. It's so fucking easy, but that's how it's done. But if you do it in another angle, probably now it's also able. I'm probably able to do it. But guess what, probably it's much easier when you give the money for it. I understand. I mean, when you give your money, when you give money to do all that pornography stuff, then you can do it. Probably when you're giving the money for it. Right? If you want to have sex with 20 women or men with you right now, and for free, probably they'll never do it for free. How difficult is it to get 1,000 women right now in your bedroom for free to have sex with? I mean, how fucking can you do that? I mean, how can you do that right now? I mean, the only fucking way to do that is to give them all money right now to meet you at that place. And then you can. I mean, find them online and call every single one of them to come on this fucking date of the year at your house. And give them the money in advance. And they fucking show up on the day. And that's it. I mean, they all fucking show up on the day. Because that's the only fucking way that you can understand that it's the fastest way. Is give them fucking money and what they're asking for, and then set up a fucking date for them to do that. Because that's it. Because that's a cast. And then you're saying already predeterminedly, and what happens before that is you say that we're filming pornography film over here, so I just understand, ladies. And they just come anyway, because they understand that. I mean, understand, but guess what? I mean, if you fucking go talking to 1,000 ladies now to try to get them into your room together on a date, I mean, guess what? I mean, maybe you can achieve it. I mean, understand that anybody can achieve it, even for free. I love that. Somebody can. I'm pretty sure somebody can do it because there's no limits. But it is so much more time to do that. I mean, for you to invite 1 million women for free in your bedroom right now, probably that's all your life gone just to do that one goal. I mean, just to do that one goal, to invite all the men of the world into your bedroom to have sex with them. For sure, all of your life is gone just for that one goal. I mean, there's no time for kids anymore. There's no fucking time to travel the world anymore. Understand? Because you just want this one fucking scenario of 20 minutes of you having sex with 1 million people. And by the time you have fucking sex with 1 million people, roughly 50 years of your life is gone. I mean, do you understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, either way, that's never going to pleasurize you. And that's never going to really, really amount to anything in life. I'd rather give you 50 years of words like this in a video than do anything else. Actually, it's much more satisfying. Actually, it's much more for me. So I understand every single day, you must understand to go and talk to everybody every single day and find those words to say all the time. And be able to go and pronounce your words every single day to focus on understanding that, yes, I understand my following today. I understand how much followers I have. I have so much following today. I have so much following because this video is going for generations, man. I understand my legacy is big, man. But the more work I do now, the better. And that's it. Actually, what I make of my life now is in the words I give you, and that's it. Actually, sex never makes up my life. Actually, sex and pleasure never plan my life. Actually, what plans my life is the words I give you. Understand? So words over pleasure. I mean, you must understand. So that's why I see ugly women of Serbia and Croatia going for ugly men of Serbia and Croatia in actual Australia. I mean, none of them are famous. Actually, none of them are famous. Actually, only I fucking step up over here, and then these women fucking lie to you as well. Actually, they lie to you, and they never want you in life because they say that some fucking ugly man who has a bald head is fucking more attractive than you, and because they have a 2 centimeter more muscle than you, and either way, actually, no matter how big the dick is or whatever, actually you can see who's a bigger dick because my fucking legacy is much greater than theirs. And their women are going to say that the other people are more attractive. I mean, yeah. I mean, yada. They're too fucking two-faced. They fucking liars. I mean, you can see it. They're fucking lying too much about I. Understand? I mean, they never find this attractive, man. Understand? So make sure you understand that no matter what, that regardless of how I look, I mean, look at my words much more than how I look. I mean, whereas my words is the definition of how I look. I mean, what words I'm speaking to you right now is a definition of how I look. And that's it. Bro, you must understand. Forget the face. I mean, forget the eyes. I mean, forget the fucking hair, man. I mean, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I mean, you understand? I mean, who gives a fuck? I understand? I mean, what matters is the words I'm giving you. Bro, that's matter. Bro, that's what matters. So believe in the words you say, is what I'm saying. And if you believe in the words you say, question what you say again. I mean, question yourself anyway. I understand, because that way you're going to be, that way you become more sure of what you say when you're questioning yourself. But if you think you're fucking on target all the time, then you're fucking too right of an individual. Then you're fucking too right and too wrong of an individual because you never question yourself. So question yourself with everything you do, because that's the only way of life. Because the only way that you can actually do something in life is to express yourself much more on the camera. And there's nothing else to do every single day other than talk and talk with yourself all day long. That's all I'm doing every single day. I'm not saying that no matter what I do every single day, I focus on making 1 hour videos, because here I am every single day. But this is my nice and beautiful subject over here, where I did start this subject, but understand either way that it's my how-to series. And now, either way, you guys just understand to enjoy yourselves and make sure you understand what I said in this video.